What is up there, people of the YouTube? It is PlaidNGlasses here, and I want to talk about the PTR update of Hero Lock, and why do I think that Hero Lock is probably the thing that's going to save Overwatch.
Give me every time.
Now, I'm a huge fan of Overwatch. I've been a huge fan ever since the beta when I first played on the PS4, and it was actually the first game that got me into competitive play when I first got into PC a few years back. Ever since then, Overwatch always has a clear space in my heart. I have a tattoo of it, I have pop toys, I have posters, I have a wallet with it, I have shirts. Still looking for some underwear. I don't know if anybody could tell me that, but besides the point, I really enjoy Overwatch, and I really enjoy watching the Overwatch League in general. But I could definitely say as a fan that this game has definitely gave me some really bad nightmares in the past couple of months, maybe in the past year actually. Ever since the addition of new heroes and the weird balancing when it comes to their abilities and their damage and their health and everything like that, there's been a few times where I've played the game and I got extremely frustrated to the point that I have like punched my desk, punched my chair, and just like really get enraged because it's just like I can't get out of spawn, or I just can't get a kill, or I'm just getting demolished by a group of people so many times that it's just like, what's the point of even me playing this game if I'm just going to constantly get my ass bent over in this game? So I've been playing a lot of other games. I've been playing Apex Legends, Siege, Battlefield, and everything like that, just because every single time I get the urge to play it, I always think about how I was when I played it, and how everything was so weird on the fact of just that some heroes just didn't work, or some heroes were just OP, or so many people are doing these GOAT metas, or people are becoming really sweaty in quick play where you just want to play a game just to have some fun, but everybody's trying so hard to like keep their meta up or whatever. So I've been playing a lot of those games lately, and when I heard that Jeff was doing a thing about hero locks or just role queue, I was very interested, because now, if you guys don't know what role queue is, it's basically what it is that when you start up a game, you choose what role you want to do. Either you want to do tank, DPS, or healer. And in that, you choose that role, and then when you get into a game, that's the only role you're going to do. Those are the only heroes that you can play. So if you play a role of tank, you can only play the tanks. You can't switch off to healers, you can't switch off to DPS, and vice versa with the other characters. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, that could probably bring down the GOAT meta, which is 3 tanks, 3 healers type of thing, or you get like a ton of DPS and like 2 very strong healers and everything like that. So it definitely evens the playing field in the sake that it eliminates what I think the problem with Overwatch is, that so many people want to play heroes that they think they could play, or they think it's going to be fun, or they think it's going to be cool to get those headshots, or they think like, oh, this is like an easy person to play, and they don't really know how to play those characters, and then either they get really demolished and it brings down your team, or they just won't switch off because they think that they're the best, even though they have no eliminations, no damage, no nothing. So when I heard about this, I was very excited, so I actually gave it a try. And I actually was streaming it not too long ago, before this video came up, for almost about 3 hours, and never once I ever got extremely frustrated that I want to Alt F4 the fuck out of the game. I never really got to the point of just like wanting to like shake with rage. The only time I ever got any upset is just when I couldn't get a kill, or you know, the classic things where it's like the person's one hit and you miss all your shots or anything like that, or the team just demolish you and everything like that. But the thing that I love about the role queue is that it eliminates the stress of the fact of when you get into a game of quick play, not only competitive, you know, because that's also important, but I feel like in competitive, I feel that some people actually play mentally correct in competitive sometimes. I'm not saying all the time, so don't at me on that. I know that some people like to just one-trick pony any hero that they can in Overwatch and just piss your entire team off, but we could all say that there's some people that actually have a group mentality of how to play the game competitively. When it comes to quick play, that's thrown out the fucking window. Because whenever I play quick play before the role queue, everybody wants to be like Widowmaker, McCree, or Hanzo. They want to get those like ridiculous shots, or be the person to get those high noons and Widowmaker like flick shots and hook shots and everything like that. And then I'm sitting over here saying like, well, I can't play a DPS because we got 3 DPS. We only got 1 healer. Should I be a second healer to go with the DPS, or should I be a tank on attack, by the way, and try to like have like a defense when we go attack or something like that. So it eliminates the stress of trying to figure out what to do when you got such a shit team that don't know where their place are. They don't know like where they're supposed to be. You get people that are trying to play one character all the time that they're completely bad at when they could possibly be good with other things. And that's the whole thing about the world queue that I like. It shows you which character that you are better at in the sake of how you are in general in each different category. I thought I was always good. I was always a good main tank player, and I was playing PTR, and I think the highest SR I got, because they do this basically competitive, you have to play 5 matches to see your SR on each hero, tanks, DPS, and support, and you get to see how good you are. I always thought I was a good main tank. I got up to like, I think 2244, I believe, and so I decided to go to DPS. Now with DPS, I'm pretty good with that, but I'm mostly kind of like main Junkrat or Reaper, because they're mostly kind of like up front, up in the kills, and I always like to just spam my shots and all that kind of stuff, so I kind of stay away from like guys like McCree, maybe Soldier, Mei, Hanzo, Widowmaker, because I'm not really accurate with my shots. Not only that, because I got a 60 hertz monitor that I need to bump up to 144 hertz. Besides the point. So I thought I was going to be like a pretty mediocre DPS, but then after playing 5 games, my SR was up to 2500 in the placement matches, and I realized I was playing better as a DPS than a tank. So it goes to show that I can play tank, but I'm better as a DPS. And that means I should get better with my DPSs, and then sooner or later I'm going to try to do support, but honestly I think I'm going to be a terrible support more than anything. But in general, the whole role queue actually made me had fun with Overwatch for the first time in months, and it was actually really enjoyable. I was having a good time. I lost games, I won games, we lost rounds, I won rounds. It was just a good experience, because like I think Seagull said it better when it says like when Overwatch is bad, when Overwatch is good, it is good. When Overwatch is bad, it's completely terrible. And I totally agree with that months ago. So after playing role queue for 3 hours streaming on Twitch, it was actually very fun, and actually was really, really nice to play this game the way I used to play it, just loving to play the game. Now, I can't wait to see how this is going to be when it comes to the actual real game. Maybe I actually get back into competitive play, because I haven't played competitive in such a long time. So, I don't know, maybe this just opens up a new door with Overwatch, because I know for a long time people have a lot of issues with the meta, with how people play, with how people just stick to one thing or whatever. Now we actually can group up and figure out everything is going to work out, because everybody knows what they have to do. You get into a game and you are rolling as a tank, you know that's your thing. You have to play tank. You're not going to get some guy who should probably be better playing Ana over Orisa taking your Orisa, and then you have to go Ana, and it just fucks everything around. So you know for a fact that when you get into a game, people already know what they should do and how they do it, and then it comes up with actually pretty good team comps. I was actually owning as Mei, which I barely played Mei as it is, and I was pretty good with Mei in certain situations. And then I was playing Soldier 76 a lot, and it was actually really fun to play Soldier 76. I was actually even thinking about maybe I could try Ashe, because she has that dynamite, and I could probably get better with my hit shots, my flick shots, all that kind of stuff before I move up to McCree and Widowmaker. It allows you to be more focused on what you're good at and try to expand on that, so you're not just being a one-trick pony or just going to a character that you feel safe with, that you think that you're good with, but you're not best at. And this right here kind of, I think, allows people to actually know what they're good at, and allows them to actually fix what the problem with what a lot of people have when it comes to this game is that they don't know where they stand in the game. If you know you're a tank player, then play tank. But if you ever think you can play DPS, try that. See how you are, because you never know if your SR and how your games will play will do better than you playing tanks. Because when I first started, I only played tank. I was playing Odessa, Diva, Reinhardt, all that kind of stuff, and I won a few games, lost a few games, and there was like some really close battles here or there. But when I played DPS, I felt something so different. I actually felt the game was going pretty evenly matched, but also like whenever I go on a tear, it was actually really fun, and everybody was cooperating into an actual team. So I really think that this whole role queue is going to save Overwatch in general on the sake of how the user is when they play this game, because we all need to know that when it comes to Overwatch, or just Blizzard in general, they're not catering to the pro players. Because if they cater to the pro players, if an actual game company catered to the pro players over the casual fans, the game will be 100% different to what it is right now. Because what Blizzard and other game companies need to do is that they have to make the game so accessible to other players that people will buy it and spend time and then eventually pay more money for like skins or other shit, or go to see their event, buy merch, all that kind of stuff, because they want the other user experience who doesn't play this for like 16-20 hours a day to get better, to become the next Overwatch League champions or whatever. They cater to the casual fans, but I think this is probably the first time that they cater to the pro players. It actually benefits the casual players, in my opinion. Because when it comes to casual players, nobody wants to get into a game and completely get wrecked, completely get bent over, that they can't get out of spawn. They're getting destroyed by a Lucio, a Tracer combo. They're getting shot off or something. They can't even touch the point. Every single game, they can't even get out of spawn, or they just get completely mowed down within like 2 minutes in an escort map. So I think in this realm, it actually helps out both the pro players, because there was a video of the pros talking about how much they are liking the fact that there's a 2-2-2 role queue meta that's going to go happen. A lot of them are pretty happy because they're getting sick of the GOAT meta. They're sick of all these random like 3 DPS, 3 tanks, 2 healers, all that kind of stuff. I just hit my microphone, I do apologize. And they actually look very excited for these role queues, and I honestly believe it actually benefits the casual player because it allows them to figure out where they fit, where they could do better at, where they can actually see that they do better at. Like I said, I didn't think I was a good DPS until I did the role queue, and I realized I actually have a better DPS than I am as a tank. So it opens possibilities. I can't wait to see how this is going to go and how it's going to change everything with Overwatch in the near future. Because if they stick with this and actually like put a way to fit people where they belong, where they should focus at, I think in general the game is going to overall be a success and overall be so much more fun to play. Because like I said, I have my frustrations with this game for many months. I have uninstalled it, reinstalled it, uninstalled it, reinstalled it, and I just couldn't really play this game longer than like 2-3 matches. I was streaming for like almost 3 straight hours and never once wanted to put the game down, but I had to go because I had to take care of my son and everything like that, which I love. So, you know, being a father is all different. But in general, I was actually having a lot of fun actually playing Overwatch for the first time in months. And that's all thanks to this role queue. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that solo queue can help Overwatch? Do you think it's not going to really help it at all? Well, so just let me know. Just let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure you follow me on all my social media. Make sure you follow me on Twitch so you can see me live and play this game more and more often and see how everything's going to go in the next few months. This is PlaidNGlasses signing out. Peace.